What free software is so good you can't believe it's available for free? Blender. Google Maps without question. Basically all of Google's services. Mail, Sheets, Docs and so on. But on the other hand, you don't want to know what they're going to do with your data. So, free is relative. Let's just say you don't pay with money. No one said VLC? That shit changed my life when it came to streaming. Getting the code instead of going to several shoddy websites and getting pop-up ads. 7-zip. Most Linux distributions distros. GIMP. It's basically the same as Photoshop but won't eat up your life savings. GIMP is great, but if you don't do a lot of image editing often and don't want to install another program, the website Photopea is pretty amazing. It's a web-based Photoshop clone. OBS. DaVinci Resolve. It's a studio-grade free video editing program that makes me regret buying Sony Vegas. There are a few things you have to pay for though, but only if you plan to do any advanced studio work, which I don't usually do. DaVinci Resolve. Anything's free if you're brave enough. Krita, Blender, GIMP, Unity, Inkscape 2, Handbrake, Stellarium. It's an open-source planetarium software of stars and planets. 3D. I used to study to become a middle school teacher and was forced to use it for an assignment. For a month we were told to track the moon. It's actually pretty neat and I kept it installed even after I quit my studies. Audacity. Audio recording and editing software. 7-zip. File extractor. Can also password protect files with it too. WizTree. Visualizes the size of all programs on your computer. MuseScore. Notation software. LMMS. There are other free DAWs but this is the one I use. YouTube DL. Video downloader with many different features. Calibre. For ebook management. Visual Studio Code. VS Code. A general-purpose integrated development environment. IT. Linux in general. Sure, they're enterprise-level distribution that actually charge for a license. Red Hat, SUSE. But we have identical free distributions, just without vendor support. CentOS, OpenSUSE, and it's so fucking good it's used everywhere. From supercomputer to smartphone Rs and even in my car. And honestly, as a sysadmin it's just so much better to work with than Windows. I've seen servers that were online and running without problems for years. Although at that point it was a security risk, and had found 2 servers everyone just forgot about because they were running without any problems whatsoever for very long time. WinRAR, definitely. Technically it's not free, it just has an unlimited free trial. 8 free enough. It's not gonna be free, come 3020 AD. Notepad++. Snapseed, GIMP, Blender, Krita, lots of IDEs, Ubuntu, VLC, LibreOffice plus lots more. Google Drive. Anyone remember the good old days when there was a counter that would show the drive size getting bigger by the second? *** Team Fortress 2***. Team Fortress 2 going free was quite possibly the worst thing to happen to the game other than meet your match. It's why it is impossible to play on a public server and not have hundreds of scripted bot cheaters ruining the game. If you haven't played TF2 in 2020 then you won't be aware of the full extent of the problem. It seems to affect certain regions worse than others. In the UK I can't find a game after 9 PM that doesn't have at least one cheater in it. Free-to-play made all this possible as sock accounts cost nothing. Darktable. It's an amazing photo editing tool comparable to Lightroom, and I use it for all of my photos. Linux and Blender are already mentioned, but I'd also say GCC, CMake, and Subversion. They've trivialized developing software cross-platform as your GIMP and Firefox are also pretty up there. Also, not really complete software, just a library, but SDL being free is responsible for a lot of games and engines as we know it. Greater than GCC, CMake, and Subversion. TBH essentially every language and library being free is super underrated. DaVinci Resolve video editing software. Mushroom software for creating 3D models from photos. YouTube, y'all know what's that for. And actually anything that you can pirate. KiCad printed circuit board design software. It's not something everyone will need. But if you are designing small and even medium-sized boards, it provides everything you might need. Some 20 years ago I paid $8,000 for a 3-year license for Protel. OrCAD was even more expensive. And after the license was up, you had to pay again and again to access your old design files. It turns out that CERN had the same problem. So they decided to make their own full-function free PCB design suite. Free as in freedom and beer. It was a little clunky at first, but now gives the big boys a run for their money. It is also the reason why all the large providers, Altium, AutoCAD, etc., have their own free versions. Wait, all software isn't free. Audacity and Paint.net. Nextcloud. SketchUp is really convenient. Fusion 360, VLC, LibreOffice GIMP, Spitfire Labs, Foobar 2000, Steam, Team Fortress 2, Steam Source Filmmaker, MAME, Fire Alpaca, crafted in Heaven's Forge and hand-delivered to us mortals by Valkyries on the backs of golden alpacas with every update. It's an art program and it receives frequent updates that add more functionality and tools, and it's super easy on slow computers too. As an amateur programmer, I'm often astonished at the amount of stuff that's open source. Kubernetes, a container orchestration system, Flutter, an all-in-one UI developer kit, Django, a Python web engine. Even the languages we program in are mostly all open and free. Python, CoffeeScript, Kotlin. Even Java has an open implementation. And GCC that basically enabled all of them, plus Linux. It's a C compiler. Man, I'm just trying to make it through 2020. None of this 3020 BSXD. GD Lite. Emacs. LibreOffice. Google Docs is pretty good too, but every once in a while I just like to keep things offline. Pixar's Renderman. It's free for non-commercial use. I don't use it because I lack skill. But that's still crazy. Blender VLC GIMP. VS Code. Putty. Foobar is absolutely amazing. The moment my friend showed it to me about 10 or so years ago. I don't plan to use any other music player in the near future. The sheer amount of things you can do it if you know basic scripting stuff is mind-blowing. You can customize everything from the UI to things like automatic renaming of entire folders. What kind of scripting? Roblox, Unity, Unreal Engine, Reaper. Reaper is not free. Technically, my lighting software, Avolights Titan 1, is free. But in order to control any lights with it, you have to get a box that's like 200 pounds. It's absolutely amazing though. Medibang Paint Pro, Pixlr E, pretty much Photoshop Lite. Great for casual editors or beginners. Krita. Not gonna lie, my friend tried to get me to use it for a while and I said fuck it, I'ma try. I am not good at drawing but charts are easy on it. Google Chrome. Medibang Paint. Linux. My 8-year-old Dell laptop was slow as hell with Windows 7. But it feels like a new laptop with Linux. ZNES. Reddit. Rave.dj feels like something you'd have to pay $5 for. Brutal Doom. Pixel Lab. Honestly, MuseScore is great. Blender. WinRAR. Team Fortress 2. Easily better than Call of Duty. Resolve. WinRAR. Everything. The various Linux distributions. They're really good at the job considering what you paid for it. I am an old school Wintel admin and to get into Red Hat. CentOS. Now you would be shocked how Windows Mac like it is for zero money. IEM. Hit Film 4 Express. Zoom. Not sure if mods count as software, but a lot of TC game mods might as well be full games. Enderal stands out right now. MB Media Server. If you have a Ford and are into car diagnostics, Forscan. I use this digital guitar amp called Guitarix. A couple other people have mentioned this, but Krita is great. Linux. Firefox, Ubuntu. Google Drive. Absolutely wonderful. I was heavily dependent on its abilities in middle school, high school, and especially college. Best feature. Automatically saves progress each time you make an edit. Doc, slides, spreadsheets, PowerPoint modifications are a plus. A good feature is being able to share your files through your Gmail and having multiple people work on a single project, all the while commenting on certain parts without messing up the work, and seeing someone type in real time. Also, someone decided to be a dick and delete everything? No problem. Just go to edit history and boom, all progress up until the very last instance prior to deleting. Plus, the first 15 gigabytes of storage are free. I'm a little over 4 gigabytes. Since 7th grade, now 3rd year in college. Also, throughout any aspect of Google services, Gmail, Drive, etc., it has the equivalent of Grammarly or another suggestive spelling, grammar software. I love that Drive files can be edited on any platform. You can log into Gmail. I sound like a commercial, but I praise Google Drive for being free. WinRAR, Inkscape, WinRAR, OBS, Audacity, Inkscape. It's a vector-based drawing program, monsieur. *FFmpeg*, jack of all trades for video files. It's strictly command line but is incredibly powerful. Will convert formats, codecs, add subtitles, change frame rates, change bit rates, etc. YouTube DL***, definitely worth getting given how hostile YouTube has gotten against creators. Pretty much anything on there runs a non-zero risk of getting taken down. I started using the utility in 2016 to build a local backup of content I enjoy. And already some of the videos I have are long gone from YouTube as well as the internet itself. It works on Twitch and a lot of other sites, too. AccuBattery is an app for Android that gives you detailed info on your phone's battery and charging information. Like I can see the actual voltage and amps of my incoming charge. VLC and WinRAR. NASA's eyes hit a 3D map of all the discovered stars and planets for you to explore. This is an app definitely rocket player. Unreal Engine. What 15-year-old me would have done for a free AAA engine and content back in the day. Honey. WinRAR free trial. The combo ***MPCB**+ plus ***MADVR**+ lav filters***. I cannot believe it took me so long to switch from VLC to this far superior video player. QGIS, amazing piece of free GIS software. WinRAR. Unreal Engine 4 and 5 soon. Closing parenthesis. Blender or Sumo Paint. SFM, Blender, Paint.net, Fire Alpaca and Steam. Source Filmmaker, good for animating stuff, but man, Valve PLS update. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.